put in the tunnel, but this would be another target video. Once again, t-shirt har vi också för alla kommer det varsamma video TI CCTV kommer into now system. It's two part. This is being recorded. And then there's a live stream. Here's the live stream. If you don't have a security system, you can once you do that. One line offline. Can you solve this more like the version system? som färdfortryck. Bäst är en frivilligvård. Frivilligvård. Nighttime watch and you can get better at nighttime or watching my videos than listen to these people working in fossil school. If you're in a room and I have a nighttime toilet, you're gonna get cat hurt. You're not gonna be able to leave the room without being cat stabbed hurt if I want to. I don't care what the fancy hellmark over you have. I don't care if you have a gun on you. If I have a nighttime toilet held in my hand and I want to hurt you, I'm gonna get stabbed. And meaning it's nighttime martial arts. So don't believe people that teach you that give you false sense of security. Walking techniques. That is. And here's another thing. A big part of self-defense, if you're interested in learning to get better at defend yourself, is to not be provoking people and harm and kill yourself and fuck around and find out different things. So as important as learning self-defense techniques is growing to be a person that's not bullying people and picking on. Because the highest level of athleticism skills, like I'm going to be an asshole bullying people. Okay, I'm going to be a person who's picking on people. And okay, to have a chance to get lucky and survive a person pulling a weapon on you have to be fit. You have to do good cardio stamina. You have to spend hours, hundreds of hours training and doing it. So it makes more sense to grow to be a person that doesn't provoke people and bully them and pick on them and make people want to hurt you. Honestly. So that's more important than getting better at fighting. What's more important is growing to be a person that doesn't pick on people and bully them and make people want to hurt you. Because reality is if somebody has a weapon and it is in room with you and they want to hurt you, the chances are 99% certain that if somebody's holding a knife in their hand and they want to hurt you, if you're a pro boxer, whatever, you're likely going to get tapped and get hurt. You can YouTube search pro martial artist block with knife attack on YouTube. And that's like elite level athletes that get in a cage and they have a guy come at them with a trading knife and they're not being slashed and stabbed repeatedly. That's like the elite athleticism and martial arts training, like boxing, mixed martial arts. That's excellent. So what's more important than getting better at fighting for self-defense is growing to be a person that doesn't fuck with people that they feel like attacking you. If they're kind to you, then you get away with it. If they're kind, they will hold back the urge to get violent with you because you get violent. Okay? And if they run out of kindness, stop putting the effort to like restrain yourself, you're hurt. Okay? So what's more important to be a person that's trained in self-defense is being a person that doesn't provoke conflict and work to make people feel like hurting to attack them. Because it's very, very hard to get to a level where you have even a decent chance to get away unharmed if you're somebody puts a knife on you. So we're going to do some training. I need to have my rubber bands. fight. Meaning, if you find somebody with a knife, I'm one of the worst people. Pull a knife on me till the you go. Why? Because I'm harder, very fast as wrong most people. That's thousands of hours of training. I'm faster than I snap a call. The average man can maybe throw 30 punches and he gets out. And he gets slow with his one snappers. So they have a 21-foot rule that they train at the American Police Academy, where basically teach that even if you're a police officer and you have a gun, you're still not safe. If there's a black person within 20 feet that pulls a knife and charges you with it, most of the time you can kind of be cut stabbed. Where they have this as a training police academy, American Police Academy, that's 21-foot rule. It'll be a call for a job for training to stab and then up to guard guys. And there's a guy who's got a job to turn it over and fire or their weapon. And most of the time before the cop has got his weapon out, then start shooting, he's already stabbed. And if the person is able to close the distance and really one more attack before the cop can get his weapon out. And so that kind of, once again, returns to the reality of combat, and not like how to be false and secure, this watches even left this all. And so that's a cop, that's a trained person, his feet of the average person, has training in violence. His job is to do violence, if needed. And he's got a weapon, he's been trained. And it's not even like a covert killing deep under his clothes. It's in a holster that's open with it. So, what I practice is reality based and not normal stuff. Maybe I don't make videos to make people feel false and secure. I made videos training life songs and defending nice before using like having a person help me out and throw attacks at me and I would block them to help them not be hit. But it's because I have concepts of how you could end up, depending on who you are, log attacks and things. Succeed in not being hit with the best level or trust. Doesn't mean I'm going to make videos. Tell people like how to 100% sure not defeat someone that will not. So, a lot of people they get scared and they're scared of reality. That's why they go to religion and all that. They don't believe in reality. The reality is scary. A lot of fake laws get deep to feel like the rest of something not really. And it's already costing a lot. We need a lot of more wrong instructions. The work with process. So make you feel like you control. And then you can feel unhappy. What was the possible not? It is better to work with. It's better to train realistically. And once again, to be a person that doesn't want to hold people. So you have to use yourself. That's the skills we're going to learn. I'm actually going to add this video because I want to see some of the libels for songs. Notification. Just I get the libels for the songs. I would like to do training for night fighting also. It's good to go to training sometimes at practice. The deployment process alone, meaning following the deployment, you cut things up, you practice one thing, and you do that. Other times then you can mix it up. But the effective of the training is to train one thing and focus on that at a time. Sometimes, and then sometimes practice it. So what I'm doing now is improvements training. So if you're training, first of all, don't try things in movie fashion. The martial arts notice now damage is down to professional artists. So when I review this, is not what's the meaning better. If you're training, you want to train with something as close to the real deal as possible. If you got a fighter knife, and this is your fighter knife, you want to train knife fighter with something of equal dimensions, as close to equal as possible. Meaning, if you're going to train knife fighting, if you have a cold steel knife, which you can't walk ahead easily, and you think you're going to have this whole fighter with in self-defense, the weapon of blows, of course, self-defense is going to. Now, if you have a specific knife, you got a cold steel knife, let's say. Now, I suppose cold steel is exceptional. You want a knife, a training knife, that's as similar, as close to action as possible. So I have this knife, and this is my fiber. Okay, a tool of fiber. And this is one of the most likely knife that we're not using fibers. These are the fibers. Some training knife. And this is the knife that's all my personals. Most likely I got fibers. Now, it wouldn't make sense if I use a trading knife that's this small, because it's different from everything. But everything, the distance, the time, everything, it's going to be different. You want something as close to actual as possible in training, which is why I utilize a trading knife, not the actual knife, which means, if you look at this, this is going to be different than which means it's just one thing, and everything else is the same. This is plastic, that's great. So the way that I figure out how to use this training, I also can teach it. A lot of kids don't like that to a level I can teach it. That makes me feel like, oh, I got to keep teaching. But you want to be able to listen to some extra videos and then not be get better. Yeah, knife time or something like can do and actually teach. So one of the things that I can teach is training, get better basics, or get better knife is this that we're doing right now. You want to use the training knife as close to the action as possible. If you want a knife for self-defense, this one you can use the training knife. You want a training knife that's as close to the real knife you can for knife as possible. And the way that I do that training with a knife that's as close to the real as possible is I use the actual knife with the sheath. It's the same handle, it's the same range. The only one make almost it's about a difference, about centimeters of difference. Also, cold steel. If you buy cold steel knives, most of the time cold steel will have a trade version of the actual knife. So if you buy a cold steel knife on Amazon, a lot of times they have a trade knife on Amazon. It's from soft plastic rubber. Now, to teach on that too, the rubber cold steel trading knives do 2/3 of knife cutting training, but which means spalling and shadowboxing. Now, spalling, shadowboxing, and yeah, those 2/3, spalling and shadowboxing. So you can do shadowboxing with the cold steel rubber training knives. You can do spalling work. What they don't do as well is the impact training, which is why we're doing this, following this transfer. Don't do impact training very well. Why? Because the same thing that makes it good for spalling knife for spalling training makes it less good at impact training. If I'm practicing combinations and I'm snapping it down, with this it's rigid, it's stiff. With this I can use it for spalling. So what makes it good for impact training, full impact training, makes it not good for spalling. And the knife is good for spalling, it's soft rubber. That's good for spalling because I need practice and keep a human who likes tax and spalling. And I don't have to worry about breaking the ribs or cutting the open or something. Because this soft rubber knives, if I'm practicing with the person and I can stab, if I hit with the rubber knife, it bends and if it doesn't deliver anything. If it's a stiff, rigid knife, I can't make full power spalling, full speed, full power. If it's a rigid stiff, because if I hit them, I'm going for lip stabs. I hit it with the rib cage. With a stiff, even if it's not a real knife, if it's a hard plastic knife or whatever rigid training knife, if I hit it with the rib cage, hard and fast, it's going to break the ribs. So if I hit it with the liver, without the liver shot, it's going to go down. If you can really hurt someone with a stiff knife, so you can't practice full speed, full power. You have to down-regulate your intensity. So for spalling 2/3 of the knife fighting, you can divide 2/3 of the like a training, knife fighting training into 3 parts. Okay, which means to get better at knife fighting, you should be doing shadow boxing, you should be doing spalling ultimately, and you should be doing impact training. And the cold steel rubber training knives do 2/3, 2 of those thirds well. shadow boxing, and sparring. Now it doesn't do impact training as well. You can use rubber training as well for impact training, but it's not as suited for that. As a matter of fact, I think let's see if I can find my rubber training now. So we might do a little bit more. Okay. Yes, I found it. This is a cold steel recon. This is a cold steel recon tape. Now I put tape on it to make it more slippery. So it gives too much friction. And use this impact training before. All the board I mean, there's like a tiny box on it, and also it is more friction. So I optimize it by adding a slippery layer that it offers less resistance, less friction. Now still enough repetitions if it's going through. So this is a cold steel rubber training recon tackle, and this is the real deal set. So this obviously I couldn't use it for sport, and I couldn't use it for impact because I could break it down in one place. Now this I can use it for both sport and shadows, which means I can practice combos, I can practice knife fighting shadow boxing. If it stands as shadow boxing, you find boxing is boxing for shadow boxing. Practice shadow boxing. I can practice sparring, where I can have somebody hang over, stand to the border, and it doesn't break the hips. Now once again, what it doesn't do, it does 2/3 of knife fighting training well. Really well, sparring and shadow boxing. Now, impact training is the 1/3 of the training that it doesn't do as well. Which means, look at this. Yeah. And this is actually from training, my training knife. I punctured it and I stabbed a hole in the neck with the sheet on. So I was hitting hard enough where the sheet, the hard plastic sheet of my improvised training knife actually created a puncture wound here in the neck area. So I had to glue it and tape it over to keep it together so that the head doesn't come off. So if you look at this, here's the rubber training knife. And if this is sparring, you see, that's not broken ribs. Whereas if I would have a stiff, rigid hard knife, that would broken ribs. If I'm sparring, I can't use full power with a rigid training knife. With this, I can actually spar, because I can practice moving around, find an opening, and stab into the body, see? And as soon as I impact here, to the rib cage, see, and all that energy disappears. So this is made for safe training, like sparring and things like this. Same here, if I go, see, it is safer. But if this was a rigid, stiff, hard plastic training knife, this attack here would break the ribs. So, which means what? You can, for impact training, if you're really serious about getting better knife fighting, training with a knife, ultimately get two training knives. So you have one that's the soft rubber training knife for sparring and shadow boxing, and you get another knife that's for impact training. And remember, I told you one soft is supposed to do this also. So this I don't need it. This I don't need either. Now, this is my improvised training knife. This is another cold steel, of course, in the other knife. And I don't have a rubber training knife, but I can do 2/3, or even 2/3 of the knife fighting training. Shadow boxing and impact. Because I improvise the sheet. So I attach the sheet more secure with the rubber bands, rubber head. Do this whole one here. It makes it even stronger. So if this guy attack the dummy, attack the shoot the dummy, that's impact. Now for scoring this wouldn't be good. Even with the sheet all I do is attach to the board. If you like live fire, now in training that's somebody because you have to stay to work, you have to change. Because if something fails, if this breaks, the sheet will cycle between this website. So that you don't use it for sport. Basically you use it for shadow boxing and for impact. So simply if you want to get a knife fighting martial arts, get a fucking training knife and you get a training knife that's supposed to build as possible. What can I do with this? It's the same dimensions. And if you don't understand fighting martial arts, then that might be new to you. I had to explain it to you. How you want something that's supposed to be as possible. Because if I would have this training knife, okay, which is the training version of the new content, and I use that because this is the EDC knife. This one I have on me most of the time. So in case there's a guy coming into my house and they can fight to the death in self-defense if I go to law, because of this weapon sometimes. This is the most likely knife that I would have on me in a normal needs. So this is the knife that I have on me most of the time, 24/7. I walk around my house, sweatpants. This is in my sweatpants pocket. Whatever I'm walking around, whatever I'm doing, most of the time, this is the knife I have on me. And I have other weapons that we call equal. But this is the one that most of the time I have it on. Most of the time I have this on. This, I have it somewhere else, and sometimes I put it on me for trading this knife. But this is something I have this in my different types. And this is my nails, like a hole. This is my hole most of the time. So, if I'm trading with you about a knife on me, if I get into knife fight, most likely will be with this. This will be at least one of the knives I'm using. Okay? But this is the most likely knife fight I'm using if I need a knife fight. So it doesn't make sense that I'm training with this knife. Because if I'm practicing connecting with like one of the training forms I taught people do is this stab a tennis ball or a volleyball by a string. And you can practice also things that translate to be able to fight with it. Now people that are looking to be a loose fighter, false and security, what you're looking for is to watch a video from a Filipino false hope salesman that will teach you something. You watch a video once, I'm ready to for life. Watch a video once or how to use the knife and you feel ready now. Whereas people are real athletes, warriors, are really looking to the fight. They're going to be spending hours reading things on board. Things are not that exciting, but I spend hours training accuracy, they also going to practice all kinds of stuff. Maybe it's the first question in the book. Yeah, this is not short. So, if you're looking to really upregulate fighting, it's like an athlete. You have to be like an athlete, where if you're really looking to get serious, or dangerous with a knife, you have to put in serious training. And part of also the board thing that losers don't want to hear, but not really interested in getting better, feel like just feel like though, is if you want to get better at knife fighting, you should be training cardio and stamina and work with your diet and nutrition to have a lean athletic physique and not be soft and not shape. So this type of stuff, if you're really looking to get better at sword fighting, knife fighting, stick fighting, a big part, a chunk of improving your ability is going to be what is your physical fitness level, what's your stamina, what's your cardio, or your outer shape, you get tired quickly. You have bad cardio coupled with a heavy body, and you gas out quickly, which is you get tired quickly. So, if you're looking to improve your knife fighting ability, you want something as close to really as possible. And it's basically just looking at right doing training is something you can look at and when I'm training anything I'm training long term consistently is something that makes sense. I don't train things that don't make sense. Do nothing which is a low use like massages, local family stuff. I don't train anything that's pointless. And I might try some things like experimental, like let's try doing this, but is that well, no, that's pointless and I have to give back quickly. You understand? I might try things in training. I just try this and it might happen to go, wow, that's not really that important to do, focus my power training movements on those things that matter more. So anything that I'm doing long term training are things that make sense. So with this training knife, this is beautiful training with actually. Whereas if I would use this, it's a different distance. So improving your knife fighting ability. One thing you can do to train is to have a ball and conceal it. And in practicing your accuracy, hitting it goes off, it comes accurate, practice to make it from the rebound. Now, if I'm using this direction, so once again, it doesn't translate to be or fighting as much if I have something as if I have something of equal dimensions or like those. Because if I'm practicing, it's like here's the fighting that I have to fight. And I use this training that's about, it's twice as long as this. And I'm practicing hitting the ball that flies off, and I'm practicing connecting those people, which is another group of trances you will fight with. Because you're fighting in the ball for installations like the neck or the lever, whatever part of the ball, and you're practicing being on something that's moving out away from you and connected. And you might move your left, right, up, down, which the ball has. But you're actually practicing, like you see the ball, hitting it, it flies off, and then connecting with the moving object again. Now notice how with this, it's a different range. So if I'm practicing connecting with the ball here, it counts as a hit. But if I'm using this for training fire with that, my muscle memory that will be fire with this knife. I'm building muscle memory for connecting with this knife. Whereas if I have a smaller knife, this would be a miss because the tip ends here. Same with hooking snap and anything else, you're practicing for connecting with a certain object at a certain range. So. So this is type of stuff you can practice too. Hopefully the distance and the practice. And once again, if you want to get better, you divide your training. Where sometimes I'm practicing the deployment, where I have the weapon, deep covert carry, and I practice getting it up. And then drilling that. Other times I drill having the weapon deployed and then closing the distance and delivering combinations. Now I practice shadow box. So this is knife fighting impact training. And if the person puts up a block there to block the punch, the stab is getting in there. So you can block punches, but using your arms to catch knife stabs is not going to be as effective as blocking glove boxing punches. We'll practice with this distance. See, there's a 1-2. Punch to the jaw, followed by a stab to the neck. Now we're just going to be practicing impact. This is impact. And this is another one too. Then and then here. Notice that 1, 2, 3 with punch, and then it's stab to the neck, which is time control, followed by a stab down here. And notice has a different one, where this is from the side, and if the person has a guard, it's a block there. Now, after doing around 10 repetitions of this, 1, 2, I surprise switch it to this, 1, and attacking in the middle, which means if the guard is like this, I can use, if I'm in front of me, hands up here, I can attack in the middle, say, quickly. So wherever, if you cover one place, it's always something that's open. You can't cover your whole body, so if you're covering up here, I can still connect with your neck, even if your hands are here. But it's hard, so if you're up here covered, you're open here and in the middle. And if your arms are like this, they open to the side for the hooking stabs again. So no matter how they're blocking, if they're covered, there's a way that I can connect with the neck. You see here, like this. From here, and it can be bang, bang, hook stab, bang, bang, see? Or it can be bang, bang, and I'm attacking this here, see? Down the middle. And the same way thing works with different target sides. So if it's covered up here, I can attack to the liver. If it's covered up here, that's up, hands up here. If it's open in the middle, I can attack in the middle or down here. So there's always something that's open. If you open one door, if you close one door, you open another. And there I stab through it and create a new punch wound in the neck with the shield on. So I don't know if I'm hitting enough to even with this blunt cut through it and get in the, or if it's the blade sliding through the vent hole at the bottom, the drainage hole. And then you can attack with combinations. 1, 1, 2. 1, 1, 2. 1, 1, 1, 1, 2. 1, 1, 2. You can switch the grip to this one. And I'm attacking to the armpit because if people are wearing knife-proof vests, an opening is the armpit. Where most body armor, knife-proof vests or bulletproof vests, Kevlar, the armpit is an opening. You can slide, even if the arm is like this, you can slide in to the armpit. Even if it's like this, you can get into the armpit. Here. And here's it. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm using this grip now. Yeah. I make sure you got a weighted west on top of 7 over, which means believe I'll be more dangerous than the person in the video. Martial artist lawful knife attack. I believe I'll be more dangerous as a knife attacker than the person in the video. There's a YouTube video of Jeff Chan, another martial artist. And then I think they have 2 videos at least. Pro martial artist, lawful knife attacker. And they have like a UFC octagon. And then they have a pro martial artist attack. Maybe one guy who's a boxer, one who's in the media, one who's maybe vested wrestler. And they have sparring, where the guy has a training knife and his job is to attack the pro martial artist. And he's succeeding in getting a cut instead. So once again, attacking delusions is what I'm about. Whereas people that might, well, I as an average Joe, average athleticism, average stamina, speed, goal. I don't live like an athlete. I'm soft and out of shape, and will gas out quickly. I run away for like 15 seconds. I gas out myself. There are most people that have such low cardio that they wouldn't be able to survive a fight that lasts more than 15 seconds. Okay, but even if they were able to block attack for 15 seconds, there's somebody standing in front of someone with knife stabs, and they were able to, in fight, block 15 stabs for 15 seconds. Now they're going to have gas out from that exertion, and they're going to be not unable to fight anymore. They're going to be starting out where the levels is going to, the full sound first when we gas out everything. So, people that might have got a false sense of security, that's not what I'm about reality. So, there's people that might think because they watch a knife fighting how to delusional bullshit video, it's like, I'm not worried, someone come at me with a knife will have a chance to hurt me, which is false sense of security. Now, who are you? Like, if you look at the video, pro martial artists of a knife attacker, they're pro combat athletes. Everything's tip top. The training, the techniques, they're more athletic than the average person. So if an expert martial artist, pro, can't stop a knife attacker from reaching them and hurting them, connecting the steps and slashes, what chance do you as an average Joe have after watching like a video of YouTube or how to block a knife attack? Maybe I could have a guy in the group attack with a knife and have somebody not winning when pro martial artists fail to do it. Okay. And I do believe that I'd be more dangerous attacking with a knife than the guy in the the guy that they had in the real. Okay. Now we're gonna go to the laptop and live to Twitch, Rumble, and elsewhere. So. I'm gonna put up a disclaimer here. We're going to look at this video. If I want, I can clip this later, upload as a new video to my channel. So, attacking delusions. How dangerous it is. Pro martial artist blocked with knife attacker. Here's 6 martial artists, not the average out of shape, soft, unathletic person. The average person in America is obese, which is the opposite of athletically built. Okay. Now, this is not the average person with average physique. Out of shape is the average physique being out of shape. And the average person, this is not the average person. And the average person doesn't have a lot of martial arts training. And the average person is unathletic and obese, fat, soft. No, these are fighters.
I see the guys coming out of there.
And they can't succeed in stopping the guy from from hitting her.
Lost spin.
They just stabbed me a bunch.
After it, I was pretty upset with myself.
They got exponentially harder.
These are pro martial artists. So the average person, so notice how a lot of you don't like that you're being delusional because you're scared. And because you might be scared of somebody pulling a knife on you and coming at you with it. You might have gone to, if you thought about it, go watch some videos and got a false sense of security. And you believe in lies. It's like, I don't have to worry about a person pulling a weapon on me, a knife, because I watched a video of some how to block a knife attack or something like this one time, and you're soft, out of shape, lazy. Like the average person is soft and out of shape, and apparently it's like the pride is like you think that you'd be better than pro martial artists that are athletically built and athletic at the highest level and have a lot of fighting training. So snap back to reality. Now, I do believe that will be more dangerous to this
A single attacker carrying
the knife attacker.
a marker representing a knife. The total 2 points will
20 seconds starts now.
And here, they're counting how many of his attacks have landed, slashes and stabs. Let's go back to the beginning here.
And it's gonna suck.
20
So that's the knife attacker. He's got a knife there.
seconds starts now.
That's his fault. And it's already connected 2 times. And this if that was a slash to the neck, he'd be bleeding out within 90 seconds. Said the court order.
Ready, set, go!
If one of the court orders is severed and you don't put pressure on it, you lose consciousness within 90 seconds, bleeding out like a blood choke. If both of them are cut, it's even faster. But if one of your corded arteries are slashed on the neck, they're very close to the skin. So rear naked chokes in this jiu-jitsu, how they work is to squeeze both corded arteries that supply your brain with oxygenated blood. And if your brain loses fresh oxygen supply from the bloodstream for 10 seconds, you lose consciousness. So a rear naked choke makes you lose consciousness within 10 seconds. And the same way, if you slash one of those corded arteries with a knife, that blood is leaving your body at speed, and you get a lot less oxygen to your brain. And within 90 seconds, the person will lose consciousness. So if you would slash the person's neck once, their carotid artery is open now, they're bleeding, unless they put their hand to cover it and limit, like lower the bleeding rate to have lose less blood. From just one carotid artery being slashed, they'd be unconscious within 90 seconds. And the fighting ability is being decreased by the second.
I held the hand that the knife was in, thinking, all I need to do is hold you here for a couple of seconds. I don't even need to hit you. And then I feel this little on the other side.
Which is also what I've been doing, is the grip changes. And since this, we can help you get better at fighting. If you get better at being able to transfer hands and alternate the grip, that can also help you capture win a knife fight. Where you're good at, you start with this grip, you'll be attacked like this, and you might switch the grip and stab a different way, or switching hands and things like this. So just generally getting better at wielding the knife matters.
What are you doing? Oh, the marker's on the other side. You changed hands.
It's been stabbed or slashed 20 times now. So they have like a counter where they've been watching it. I guess it's some motion and editing it, and they're counting the hits. So it's like at this point, the pro martial artist has been stabbed and or slashed. It's been hit with the knife 20 times. But you also have to bear in mind, like this is like point fighting. It's like if you have 2 boxers practicing in point fighting, and it's like he touched the guy's chin versus the effect of real combat. So these are just counting the hits. You have to bear in mind that each of these hits would have a dramatic effect on the person. If you get stabbed in the arm once, it's not just like somebody is a judge that's counted the guy was hit once for the scorecard. it's like you cut muscle fibers, tendons, nerves, and stuff, and the person might not, like, you have to apply this in your thinking to real world. So when the knife person, if he the first time as a close to the distance connects like to the biceps with a stab, for example, in real life he'd be bleeding now, and maybe the guy couldn't use his hand to wrestle, throw punches anymore. See, if he's been stabbed in the bicep area, it's like, oh, they count it as a hit. But in real life, that hit would have done something. He'd be bleeding, had muscle fibers, nerve endings, tendons, cut, and he might not be able to move his hand up here anymore. He might not be able to use it to block or grab. He might not be able to use it to wrestle or throw punches or block or things like this. There might be things here that make this arm is bad now. So you also have to bear in mind what the landed hits would have done. It would induce bleeding, mechanical damage, and a dramatic decrease in fighting ability, combat effectiveness.
Hands on.
And he's doing a good job because his attack is in ways that I've been training, and the way that I've been training is intelligent, where it's very hard to defend against a person attacking combinations and varying their angles and the target zones. So if you attack a few times to the neck and then you switch to attacking to the body, it makes it a lot harder, because if you get stabbed up here once and your arms go up, or you have your arms up and you get stabbed in the arm, for example, or if you have your guard up here, somebody attacks you once here, they retract, and then the next stab is to the body. So a lot of times it's like boxing. If you attack to the head, the guard will go up, which opens up the body. So wherever you're covering, if you're covering up here, there's going to be a way to connect somewhere. I'm going to keep this live stream going, so you had to switch to the phone stream where I'm screen sharing and doing commentary. I'm actually going to end this and start a new one.